up, guys? The Carolina Hurricanes 2-1-1 in the last 4. Overtime loss against Columbus, probably the most annoying because all 3 goals that Columbus got were one because Carrier lost his stick and basically turned it into a power play for Columbus instead of trying to block it or just stay in front. Kochetkov couldn't do anything with that one. And then Burns accidentally knocking into Kochetkov, causing Kochetkov to lose an edge, and just fired it at the net, and it went in. And then a puck off of Jarvis's skate on a power play were the 3 goals that Columbus scored there. That feels like a game you should win, but still got a point, and maybe a poor decision on the second shootout goal for Columbus. Kochetkov tried to do back-to-back poke checks. Columbus went to school and took advantage, but then we're just still searching for the consistency, I think, because then you have a really good win against Florida 3-1 on the road, snapping our 8-game skid on the road. Kochetkov and Sergei Bobrovsky was a goaltender's duel. Bobrovsky was standing on his head. Kochetkov made 4 or 5 breakaway saves. Felt really good. Orlov is feeling his shot. It's a missile right now, 85 to 100 miles an hour, and Jacob Slavin continuing to play, and Matthew Tkachuk being annoying and keeping Kotkaniemi in the net, helping us out there for the game-winning goal there, and some really big saves with the extra attacker on by Pyotr Kochetkov. You feel like we might be finding some momentum, and then you get a really bad dud against the Minnesota Wild. Don't get me wrong, they're a really good team, but just a lot of annoying little things. We got a 4-minute double minor. We couldn't do anything with it. That's one thing I'm realizing. Shane Gostisbehere is so valuable quarterbacking the power play. Then Tyson Jost came in, did a very awesome job as well, and then he got hurt. So Ty Smith has done solid, but nobody Shane Gostisbehere. It's just plain and simple. So that's been a little not there recently, the power play, and that 4-minute double minor where we didn't even generate a lot of quality chances kind of set the tone, and then we really couldn't get off on their power plays. At one point, I think Chatfield was on 3:25, and then we took a offensive zone penalty like 40 seconds later, so we were exhausted. It was just a really, really ugly, bad game to lose 4-0, and we were flat as a Coke left out in the sun, and Rod didn't pull any punches with that one. It was just gross. Neither did Jordan Staal. They know it. And then last night we came on a back-to-back. The Penguins came out firing 2-0 quickly. Tokarski, kind of a bad 5-hole goal, and then a bad change and defensive back check on the second goal, 2-0 quickly. And then the second period, the Canes were the Canes, finding 3 goals. Seth Jarvis was on 1, 2 goals. Sebastian Aho, 2 dazzling assists. And Andrei Svechnikov with one of his best plays of the season with his assist passed for Jarvis on the 3rd goal. It was really much more Kane-like. It just was. And they did tie it 1:51 into the third period, but we're able to get it to overtime, and Sebastian Aho was able to get a juicy rebound on Orlov's gun of a shot again and get his 600th point. And it was really big because the Penguins are kind of sniffing in the wild card, and we needed to keep that stiff arm and keep semi-pace with the Devils and Capitals, who keep winning. So I hope this one's that victory is a springboard. Aho 600 points. He was absolutely a man on a mission, an animal last night. And I hope he can take that momentum and just keep going. Jesperi Kotkaniemi's played really well, in my opinion. Not always on the score sheet, but doing really the gritty things. And I wanted to pay Kotkaniemi a compliment because I think he's always a topic of conversation in the bad way. So that was very important. William Carrier didn't play in the Penguin game with upper body concern, I think it was. So guys are kind of dropping a little bit. Jack Drury was back during the Florida game, so that is nice. Positive on the injury front. Juha Jääskeläinen, or not the Florida game, the Wild game, I think Drury came back. Jääskeläinen has been really good in his 2 games and impactful, the one in Florida and the one last night after the William Carrier injury against the Penguins. I think him and Jackson Blake have a very quick chemistry, and maybe that's because Jackson Blake, I think, played with Chicago last year, so maybe there's some chemistry there, but that line has been very productive, at least in the forechecking element, and the penalty kill for the most part has been huge. I mean, I know we stunk against the Wild, but every aspect kind of stunk against the Wild. So, just got to find that consistency. But I think 2 1-1 during that rough stretch of high-quality opponents and opponents playing their best hockey is something to be happy about. And up to 50 points of 24, 14, and 2 is nothing to sneeze at, even though there's been a little bit more clunkers and blowouts and non-Kane hockey than we're used to seeing, but the boys are still working at it, and the Stars rose to the top last night, so hopefully that confidence muscle for guys like Svechnikov, Jarvis, Necas will continue to build, and Aho just keeps dragging the boys in the fight. He did that the last couple of games. And Necas and Aho are devastating in 3-on-3 hockey, and I'm glad they're on our side. And the goaltending has kind of calmed down because a lot of the goals that we've given up have not been the goalie's fault. I mean, there's been a couple in there, but when Tokarski went back to his old mask because he's not used to the new one yet, you could tell he wasn't really comfortable. Once he went to the old mask, he made some quality very important saves, especially down 2-0 last night, or early in the first period when the Penguins were just jumping all over us. So that was nice. The quality and the breakaway saves that are starting to happen for Kochetkov and Tokarski is really nice to see as well. So there's a little bit more consistency there. You just want to see the more consistency in putting up points in the W's and less clunkers. And getting off to better starts is going to be super key because we really haven't, and having to chase hockey games is a hard way to live, but we've been able to weather a lot of those storms, and that's a good thing, but there's a lot of positives as well. As always, let's go Canes. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps out a lot. Thanks, guys, and keep stacking the W's.